All right, everybody, welcome back to Elden Ring. This time we're doing something a little bit different. We're doing a Shadow of the Erdtree Mesmer showcase. So what we're doing is we're starting from a, not a fresh file, we're starting from a file that's already set up with all the weapons and armor that we're gonna be having. This is kind of like a proof of concept run, I guess you could say, for the future of what the speedruns may look like. This is gonna be about a 30-minute run. It's going to be, relatively spoiler-free, I guess, but I'm ready. If you guys are, we can give a count in and then we can get started. All right, so here we go, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
All right. You guys on the couch excited for the DLC run?
I am so
excited.
Yeah. I love this run. I love everything about the DLC. I love this beautiful view that we get as we come out at the very start. Oh, it's so pretty.
The grave cinema plane.
Mm-hmm. So basically, the idea of this run is walking into the DLC. There are some things in the DLC that you're going to want to pick up in order to get a little bit more powerful. There's some DLC-specific items called these, I think it's supposed to be pronounced shadow tree fragments.
Skidoo?
We call them skidoo. Or various other nonsensical names, maybe. But yeah, they will increase our power throughout the DLC, so blanxz is going to be picking a few of them up along the way. You can get them from some specific enemies, such as this guy holding a pot over his head. And hopefully we get a quick kill on him here. He's not too bad. Dogs?
You have some angry dogs.
From soft dogs. And then, yeah, so to do this run, basically blanxz is going to go to a few of the early-ish game bosses. No spoilers on anything into the far late game. If you have been playing this game for yourself, you hopefully maybe know about the bosses that we are going to get to here, and it's going to stop at the main one that they advertised on everything, Mesmer. Super cool fight. I love that one, but we'll get there when we get there. So yeah, blanxz, tell us about what you're doing, where you're heading to now.
Yeah, so we're just doing a little quick collection of these Shadow Tree fragments. They end up bolstering our damage and defenses against DLC-specific enemies. They don't work outside the DLC, but I'm grabbing a couple. I'm going to grab this Gracer because we're coming back here later. So what I prepared for you guys today is a little sneak peek, like I said, at what DLC runs are going to look like in the future. I am choosing one of the newer weapons. The backhand blades is my main weapon because I had a ton of fun using them during my casual playthrough of the DLC. And I'm really, really excited to show you guys how, I have routed my way through these legacy dungeons. I'm going to give you guys a fair warning. This is not going to be a perfect run because the DLC is fresh off release, but I'm going to try my best today.
Yeah. The DLC bosses are very, very, very hard and very tanky compared to the main game. So there's going to be a lot less scripting going on here and a lot more just kind of figuring it out and hoping we don't die.
Yeah, blanxz is basically just going to be showing us how can you just play really, really well. No scripts, no funny business where we know the exact stagger percent to get him at 50% and skip the phase transition. Just good, clean fights.
Yeah, no pressure.
No pressure. No pressure at all. Oh, I hate those enemies.
Somebody told me that they couldn't go through this area because it triggered their arachnophobia and their fear of scorpions, so...
Oh, that's a double whammy.
Yeah.
All right, so as we go through this area, are there any, places in this dungeon that you are scared of for dying, or you think you got this routed out pretty well, or it shouldn't be too bad?
There is an asterisk. I think it's routed pretty well, but there is an asterisk. The enemies in DLC deal a lot of damage to you, and there's a lot of very not nice things that Miyazaki put in our way, of course, because that was the goal of the DLC, was just like harder content than the base game. One thing I do really, really like, though, about the DLC, it's something that I noticed when I was streaming attempts at this run, was that you can get to the bosses relatively quickly compared to the base game. Like as you saw on the mountaintops, we had a lot of downtime. Here there's luckily like a little bit less downtime. So that's honestly like what I'm looking forward to most for DLC speedruns. And again, like I said, there's currently like a process going on right now of like the DLC being routed and whatnot. So if you guys would like more after the sneak peek run, please go ahead and join the Soul Speedrun Discord. We need more runners, so that would be great.
Right, and this first Legacy Dungeon, that's what we kind of call these areas where you're more enclosed, you're not using Torrent, is just a beautiful first dungeon to run into. It's got so many twists and turns. blanxz knows his way through it very quickly, including this kind of little semi-skip drop down here. It's probably intended, but usually you would go a lot further around. And so he can just make his way through this very quickly. It's a beautiful dungeon, a lot of new enemies, a lot of very cool, interesting fights. Ooh, that one's a scary guy. He will grab you and he will do so much damage if he gets that grab off. So excellent roll. And I think we are already getting pretty close to the boss now, aren't we?
Yeah, we're about like a minute out at this point. This one's one of the shorter Legacy dungeons. But Melo, do we have any more donations, by the way?
Yeah, absolutely. Y'all, it took $2 million to get this run, and we've already raised another $23,000 since then. So fantastic. blanxz, since you decided to put Elden Lord as your $15,000 donation for the Super Mario RPG Remake file name choice, it's currently #1. Yep, #2 behind it is Red Luigi. But I want to make a call to action for all my Souls-like lovers out there, just in support of blanxz, in support of Elden Ring, in support of the Erdtree DLC and it being so great. Why don't you send in some donations and choose Elden Lord as the file name to make sure that we pick it for the file name of the next and final run of the marathon.
All right, blanxz has made it here to the boss. Before he walks in, he's going to use these skidoo tree fragments in order to get the blessing. That increases both his damage dealt as well as makes him take less damage. So very powerful. He's going to do some buffs here before going up into the fight. And then open this door, which is a very slow animation. Classic FromSoft.
We'll get there one day.
Yeah, before getting to the dancing lion boss here, the Divine Beast Dancing Lion.
Yeah, and this guy is super tricky. He moves in a very funky manner. He's difficult to kind of find a safe spot to just kind of like, you know, sit down and actually do some damage. And you can see, like, the damage value is quite a bit different in the DLC here. We're not really chunking this guy too hard. The weapon of choice for this one's going to be the Star Fist, which is an Elden Ring classic. It has a really powerful and quick charge R2 attack, and it has an 8 bleed on it, so yeah, it'll stagger and get those bleed procs relatively quickly.
Oh, that's a decent attack.
Good. Yeah.
Should be able to get a punish here.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the way this fight works, which you'll see in just a second here, is he starts in this kind of standard mode, and then when he gets to about this health, yeah, he's going to go into a lightning phase, which is by far the most dangerous phase this guy can be in. There's just lightning spawns everywhere, and you will get caught by them. Very, very difficult to handle. And then, yeah, after the scripted lightning phase, he just kind of randomly selects between lightning, wind, and ice.
Yeah, he cannot repeat the same one, luckily, so eventually we'll get out of this lightning phase, which is so dangerous with everything he's doing. blanxz is doing an amazing job of not getting hit here.
Yeah, this is really good.
This is kind of one of the cleanest I've ever seen. Oh,
It's getting good damage in too, yeah.
Yeah, he's cooking under half in the lightning phase. That's really good. Looks like Frost is next. Frost does a bunch of big AoEs around him during each of his attacks. So you can see there that big Frost AoE around. blanxz is trying to avoid.
Good roll on the grab there.
Oh,
and
big
stagger. Oh, this might be it.
Huge, huge. Oh, my, that damage. Maybe one more hit after. Oh, no, he's gone.
That was very clean.
That was huge.
That went a lot better than my practice attempts did.
Yeah, that was really, really
You'd
good.
love to see it.
Yeah, so that is the Dancing Lion, my personal favorite OST, favorite music from the DLC. Very, very good. So that's the first Legacy Dungeon. That is the Bellarat Tower. We're heading on to Castle Ensis next, which will be our second Legacy Dungeon. And like we mentioned before, this is kind of like a prequel to what we're going to see in terms of DLC speedruns in the future for like all your entrances runs and whatnot. So basically, like the way that it's routed is that what I've done is I've picked out the most efficient skidoo tree fragments, and we are going to be picking those up and like reinforcing our character as soon as we possibly can get our hands on them. But yeah, Melo, as we head through this Legacy Dungeon, take it away with some more donations, please.
Absolutely. Yeah, Get Awkward donates $5 and says 2 million hype. Hype. Bobby Berm donates $25 and says, I keep seeing the phrase legend felled on the screen, but blanxz is still here. Seems a bit suspicious. Corspell donates $500 and says, dang it, Godfrey. That's really good. Arsenal Gear donates $100 and says, congrats on the 2 mil. Well done to everyone that had a hand in putting this together. Can I keep going?
For sure.
Sure. Alexander K donates $100, and I agree with this so much. They say healthcare is a right for all people. Thanks to all the donors and runners for helping MSF's critical mission. We have a $50 donation, from Dixie, some competition. They say, sorry, Elden fans, I can't allow it. Red Luigi, make it happen. Oh, this person's trying to pass Elden Lord in the file name choice.
All right, we got to get more Elden Lords in there. We got to keep it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Banana Lady donates $25 and says, blanxz, you are the Elden Lord. Let's get Elden Lord file name for Super Mario RPG. Great run. So glad we get to see this incredible DLC destroyed.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so the legacy dungeons in the DLC are a bit more complex and a bit larger scale than the base game. So as you can see, it's taking a bit longer to get to the boss than it normally would. One thing I really, really enjoy about this DLC is the fact that it's just so massive, and it's honestly like surprisingly dense. There's like a lot more bosses than I thought there were going to be when we first heard about it being the size of Limgrave or whatever. I was expecting maybe like 2 or 3 like main bosses, kind of like traditionally how we do in Souls games DLCs, but I was pleasantly surprised about the content in this DLC. What about you guys on the couch?
Yeah, I cannot believe he said the size of Limgrave. The
Like 6 stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, 6 Limgraves on top of each other. That's what we got. Are you going to do the quit out here or just...
Thank you for reminding me.
Yep.
It's a slow gate.
It's a slow gate.
You're almost here to the boss. I'm going to be showing off, like I said, a new weapon, the backhand blade. It's going to be making use of this skill called blind spot, which is going to be a quick little dash that gives you some iframes, and it's going to deal some big damage to the enemies that it hits. And we're going to be showcasing that on the next 2 bosses here. Next one coming up is R'Lana, which is kind of like a callback to Pontiff from Dark Souls 3, which is actually really, really cool. She has 2 swords, and they look really, really powerful, and she's really good with them, but when we get them, they're very, very underwhelming, which I was very, very sad about.
I still like it. It's a fun weapon.
Very,
Come
very
on.
fun weapon to use.
But yeah, so the backhand blade is honestly one of the coolest new types of weapons
my
that they added.
favorite.
It's
It's
so
my favorite, I
good.
think,
It's so
too,
good.
yeah.
It's kind of like the Bloodhound's Fang if you could get the iframes right away instead of having to do like 2 parts to eventually get the iframes. It's so much fun to basically dodge and counterattack all in one motion, and hopefully blanxz will show it off well here because there's a lot of cool openings and attack opportunities if he can do it just right.
Yeah, I will be focusing here, so if you guys do want to commentate, that's cool with me. If you guys want to just let it roll, that's cool with me as well. DLC fights are very, very fascinating to watch, so I don't blame you guys for just wanting to observe. But please help me out here.
I would love to, but I'll try to, call out some of the things. So yeah, R'Lana has these magic attacks here that blanxz can dodge through, as well as these very long sort of flowy combos, but blanxz knows right when they are going to end, so he can dodge through with that blind spot and get an attack. She did the follow-up, nice.
And there was that Ash before the blind spot, so you kind of zoom around to the left or the right, and you counterattack at the same time. It is very, very cool. It allows you to get punishes that pretty much no other weapon would be able to.
All right, she does have these super long combos, so you'll see sometimes blanxz has to dodge for a little while before he can... Oh, that was a beautiful one. Yes, good punish. And the bleed prod.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so scary. She's got the daggers.
Okay.
Oh, no fear from blanxz, though. Oh, I love that punish. And,
Didn't quite get it off.
didn't quite. That is a very nice one, though. I think he might have just been out of mana for the second one.
Yeah, so we're kind of just waiting around here because she does have these phalanxes here. We're going to be trying our best to stack that bleed, though. We do have bleed infusion on these backhand blades. We're going to be making full use of the blind spot Ash of War. Like the couch and myself are saying, it is, like, honestly, probably going to be a viable speedrun option. I am completely whiffing.
It's a little awkward to use.
It's a little awkward. It's a little awkward.
But yeah, we're just making use of that. Big
nice.
bleed procs. We're going to
That should be the phase transition.
Yeah, that's a nice timing.
Okay, he's just gonna build some distance here so that he can safely dodge these magic attacks from range and get in at the very end for one more punish. Okay, the second phase is similar to the first, but she has sometimes even longer combos and follow-ups that do magic like that, or sometimes fire from her other blade like that. That's, ooh, good dodge. And way more daggers on that. But blanxz is not scared. Good punish.
The blind spots are very satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're so cool.
and he's getting such good, keeping such good damage in here. He might be close to a stagger. Oh, there it is.
the
There it
stagger
is.
and the bleeds. Nice.
Beautiful.
That was Rolana. Like I said, not a perfect fight, but we are working on it. Really, really enjoy the backhand blades. Like my commentary has been, you know, they've been saying. Honestly, I'm saying it right now. This could be a viable speedrun option because of the fact that you can just counterattack and dodge like at the same time. But anyway, we are heading towards the Shadow Keep now. This is going to be the final Legacy dungeon that we're going to be doing today for this little DLC teaser run. We are not going to be doing the full DLC today in case anyone at home has not fully played it yet. We are basically only doing boss fights that have been previously promoted and advertised. Here we're going to be grabbing some more Erdtree fragments. We're going to be getting to, I think, around +6 or +7, was it?
I think we got to 7.
I think, you know, this time we ended up sort of routing to, we skipped a few more in like the North
that's
Ruins.
right, yeah.
So we might be slightly lower than that, but yeah, we'll have a few levels as we get here into the next fight, the Golden Hippo.
Everyone's favorite.
Everyone's favorite. I mean, he's not so bad. Just some of his quills are very hard to dodge, and I still haven't figured them out yet, but we'll get there.
Yeah. I'm a bit of a Golden Hippo apologist.
Ooh.
I don't think he's that bad.
Yeah, blanxz is probably going to grab the Grace here before the Golden Hippo, just in case. The Golden Hippo does a ton of damage on attacks, probably the most out of any of the bosses we're going to be fighting in this particular showcase. So it's easy to just get kind of comboed into just 2 or 3 hits, and then you're completely dead. So just in case, we're going to grab this and level up our Skidoo a little bit more.
Yeah, so as you guys can see, there's like literally like no possible world where you can be over-leveled, by the way, for this DLC. Like that was a complete myth that everyone was spreading around, that it doesn't actually matter what level you are. It absolutely does. We're on like a level 160 character, I believe, and we're still kind of struggling in terms of damage. So yeah, starting out here with the Hippo, we have the vacuum grab. We luckily were able to dodge that. We're just going to be using the Star Fist again. I have not figured out a way to work in backhand blades to this boss yet, so we are going to be using the Star Fist again.
Good dodges, although he's running away. Sometimes you don't get a nice punish off. Oh, excellent stagger.
Nice.
Gonna try to rotate around, get this visceral here.
Oh, nice. That one's a very precise one, but blanxz knows just the right spot to stand to get that one.
Yeah, I don't know if we explained this earlier, but the Royal Knight's Resolve Ash Ward that blanxz put on the Star Fist, basically you use it and it's charging up your next attack to do, is it 80% more damage or something like that?
I think it is 80%. So he's getting some very big hits in when he's doing that. Oh, look at these beautiful dodges. Oh, I think he might be close to staggering again.
1 or 2 more.
I think he's got it here. Yes,
There it is.
beautiful.
And then the RKR and...
Big buff, big hit here.
Nice.
Take the riposte. Excellent. All right. Few more hits should do it here.
This guy's a bit tanky.
He is very tanky.
He might be close to bleeding, but he does have a really high
there is the
resistance.
bleed.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, I think one more should do it. This is not a good attack to see, but he should get it here.
Nice.
Excellent.
All right. That is Golden Hippo, my beloved, everyone's favorite. So yeah, we're heading into the Shadow Keep here for real. He's kind of the gatekeeper. He drops 2 of those Erdtree fragments, so we are going to be able to level up our Erdtree a little bit more. We're going to be getting around to like level 6 or level 7 here, like I said. The boss of this area is like the guy. He is the like trailer art boy, and you fight him very, very early. Like, I was surprised, honestly, like how early he shows up in the DLC.
Yeah, sort of semi-spoiler. There is more after this guy that we're not showing you. Yeah, there's your semi-spoiler. But yeah, super, super fun fight. I love this fight that we're going through. But the Shadow Keep is like the longest legacy dungeon ever. It's so long. It has a front entrance. It has a back entrance. They like loop around through each other, but they don't quite connect up. And then it's got a bunch of different places. Oh my god, it's such a cool dungeon.
Yeah, I think it's probably the coolest legacy dungeon in the game.
All right, and as blanxz is going through this gigantic legacy dungeon, we could probably get a few donations in here.
Absolutely. We have a $50 donation from Jadelyn, who says, just finished Shadow of the Erdtree this week, and blanxz is blowing my mind. Happy SGDQ, everyone, and let's get more fabulous donations for Doctors Without Borders. Thank you so much for that, Jadelyn. One more time, donates $50 and says, Red Luigi is down but not out.
All right, we really have started a war here. The Red Luigi versus the Elden Lord.
I know.
Who is more powerful?
We have a $25 donation from MB. They say, mitchriz, please do an impression of Woo Guy from Sekiro.
Oh boy, all right.
Okay, let's go.
That was really good.
He's practiced that.
I've got to practice on that one. Heard it a few times. I don't know if you know this. I've run Sekiro before.
Oh,
so-
really? Have you? Wonder if you've run it at a marathon before.
All right, we are taking a lot of these sort of safety graces along the way through this dungeon because it is so long, you do not want to have to do it all over from the beginning. Like, this is a, very, very big one. So the marathon safety here is good, especially because a lot of these enemies have projectiles, like that one that blanxz is going to roll. But if your timing on the rolls is even the littlest bit off, they can kind of just hit you into other enemies hitting you. This is a very scary part.
Yeah. Here, there's like a bat around a corner here that I have to also avoid, which is like, blows my mind how complex this area is, actually.
Yep.
So Mitch suggested that you use Bloodhound Step here. I mean, that's a great suggestion. But yeah, Melo, we have a time for some more donations, by the way.
Absolutely. People are getting excited in the donations for Super Mario RPG. Eccentric Rune donates $25 and says, can't wait for the Super Mario RPG run. Been a big fan since Pidge Zero's run in 2019. We also have a donation from Cannon Swift. They donate $50 and says, I am frames, I am RNG. I donate to extend your marathon. I want to see more games, I support MSF, and I will encourage all to donate. We have a donation from Crewmel, who says, $20, and they say, did we have some love for Tech Crew lately? Anyway, here it is, less than 3. Yeah, shout out Tech Crew.
So we're rising this elevator here. We pull a lever and it lifts up this rising, I don't know what you want to call it, this elevator. We're going to be jumping across these corpses of these omen enemies. We're pretty much to the boss of the area and the final boss of this showcase. Hope you guys have been enjoying so far. It is going to be my favorite fight personally, and a lot of people's favorite fights. We're going to be taking on Mesmer. He is like the DLC promotional boss, and honestly, like one of the bosses they've probably worked hardest on. I'm really, really excited to show it off for you guys. Hopefully it goes well, but I am probably going to need focus, so if my couch can help me out here, that would be much appreciated.
Yeah, first we've got to get up to him. There's one more Skidoo tree fragment that we can grab right here. Hopefully that quit out will de-aggro the enemy. I think it's so. Even if she turns around, you should be able to get through just fine. But yeah, we are approaching that final boss, Mesmer. Again, my favorite of the DLC as well. And basically, he has these beautiful, long, flowy combos that feel so good to dodge. And especially because they feel so good to dodge, they feel really good to use that backhand blade to get those pokes in from behind. So we'll see blanxz. He is kind of a master at this fight. I don't want to talk him up too much, but he's pretty darn good at this fight. So
No pressure, no pressure.
No pressure.
And again, we have another door, our favorite.
Yeah.
Doors blocking boss fights.
Oh, we love doors and speedruns.
All right, so starting out here, we're going to be dodging the first attack that Mesmer does. He jumps down from his I don't know what you want to call it.
Throne?
His throne.
Yeah, his throne.
Yeah.
Big
and
chair.
then we're going to be dodging the AoE explosion. And we're going to be abusing that blind spot, Ash of War. I actually blocked for some reason, but it worked
That's okay,
out.
that's okay.
But yeah, we're going to be getting behind them with these blind spots. Already getting a bleed proc. As you can see, you can just dismantle bosses. We're doing a lot of damage right now, actually.
Yeah, already maybe halfway to phase 2. Beautiful hit.
Got to drink up here.
Yep, need more mana. Okay, this is one of his sort of super combos here, but at the end of it, oh, not quite. The other super combo right in a row. And an explosion at the end, but still a nice punish. Oh. Almost blanxz's turn. Here we go. Beautiful
Nice.
backhand blade. Almost to phase 2, maybe 2 more hits. Just one, actually. Okay, second phase, he's got this Serpent here, and it's going to give him some long-range attacks, but blanxz, if you can dodge it all perfectly, can still get a punish at the end of it. Ooh. Some scary attacks there. All right, big combo here. Oh, huge damage. Here's a snake attack. And another long combo. Oh, so beautiful, though. Yes, almost there. Quarter left. Oh, this is the biggest combo that he has. blanxz's got to dodge so many attacks here. Got to dodge it perfectly. No. You okay? Woo. Yes. Nice. Let's go. All right, good safety with the heal, and just a few more hits now.
Nice.
All right. There it is, guys. That's time for our Mesmer % showcase. It ends up when we kill Mesmer. Obviously, we don't want to go too far in the DLC, but if you guys if you guys enjoyed what you saw here, please go pick up Shadow the Erdtree. Please come speedrun Elden Ring. It is a really good time. I think that's it from us, guys. Thank you, everybody, for having us on GDQ. Huge shout out to everyone here, everyone at home watching on Twitch, everyone that donated. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for getting us here to this 2 million so we could show off the DLC for you guys.